on? So my name is Ryan. I'm doing a market analysis on four industries: the BizOp marketplace, social media, consultant training, and software solutions. And I'm doing that because I've seen a gap in the market. Today, I filed a patent for the acquisition network, which I believe is, to my knowledge, the first and only social media created to buy and sell companies and services. I should add and services because that's what the patent actually says. And so I've been just breaking down the history of these business sites, like where people like go to buy businesses, and like there is no social aspect to them. With these sites, everyone has to put in their phone number and email, and they have to like do phone calls and emails to like interact with everyone. But like I know that people spend time on LinkedIn and Instagram, and they're used to like direct messaging and chats and stories and different features, right? And that's why I'm going through the history of these companies that were created in like 96, 99, and then I'm breaking down all of like how like social media has like changed the world, and why my generation, when we want to go on these sites and buy businesses, we want a more interactive system where we're not getting blown up making calls, and we don't have to pay for leads of people that aren't really interested. And so that's why I'm breaking down the history of features, why people like them, and how we can take advantage of it, and how my software solution has a combination of all of them. So the next one that we're going through is Telegram, which is where it was founded in 2013. And so to my knowledge, I know it was a Russian company, I believe, and they made good money before this company, and they invested a lot to like get it started because they offered it for free for quite some time. And so the unique aspect of Telegram is it has like the disappearing messages. I know it has the voice over IP, and so it's basically like a safer like private way for people to communicate. So I know that's why like a lot of people in the crypto space use Telegram. And so because the majority, right, so they have 700 million users. That's a lot, right? And that's why I was breaking down like just the biggest companies, like how do they get these users? Like how do you get 700 million people to do something? And so, our opportunity is like, how do we create a free messaging service to get that many users at one point? We're not there yet. As of right now, our product is a $100 one-time MVP SaaS product where like we give people access to an interactive listing. There's a task management tool where we can track pipelines of conversations as well as projects. There's a CRM where you can collect data, make calls. There's a training tool where right now like we're managing like 14 different work groups, but there's a way to train and give education directly in the platform, providing accountability. So like that's what we're like using to justify the $100, because like we do also have the chat system where we can do international voiceover and video calls. But right now we're not in position to have the free service because right now, like we could start doing it. I mean, it doesn't really cost us anything to have people, but right now we don't want to give it away for free. We want to reach sufficient numbers and funding, and eventually we will have a free platform. We have like a model outlined for it. But right now we really want to focus on the software and having people value what we've created, because we know all of this stuff is worth more than $100. So what I'm doing is it's like Telegram. The big thing with them is like they just push the free messaging. So that's just something to learn that like we can aspire to one day. Right now, we believe that this stack obviously is worth more than 100, because when you throw in the training, it's worth way more than that. But if we can get to the point where we do have a completely free platform where there's messaging, voice over IP as just like a tool to collect data and provide messaging, that's when we really will be able to like really provide value to the marketplace. I don't know what stress that would bring to like our servers. I'd have to speak to my developers about that, but that's just something to study and learn more about as we go down the journey. And that's why I'm doing this analysis on these four different markets: the business marketplace, social media, consultant training, software solution, understanding how they're able to make their money, why people do what they do, and how we can learn and leverage it. So like Telegram, they were able to push the free model and burn a lot of cash, and now they do have a premium service. But we wouldn't be able to go to the market and just push like a messaging service. That's not something that we'd be able to do. We'd have to, messaging is just like an add-on to what we do. So we would have to get to the free messaging service by just reaching some sort of 7 to 8 figure model, like where we're making sufficient cash, we don't even need to charge for the messaging. So just something to learn, and that's why we're doing this analysis. Hope you're seeing great value out of this analysis. Why we're breaking down these 33 companies, and so if you're interested in learning more and having access to the platform, then obviously click the link below. It's theacquisitionnetwork.com, and I'll see you on the next one. The future of doing business is now.